Hey everybody, Max Kevin here's Live Kitty Podcast is not too long. Once again, joined by Zora 3.5 Fat. Zora, are you ready? Are you ready for UFC 296? Are you excited? Who do you think's gonna win, Zora? What's that? You're a fat, lazy piece of shit? Oh, okay. Anyway, you guys excited? UFC 296 final UFC of the year, dude. This is it. You gotta wait till next year. Final UFC of 2023. How's it gonna be when you don't know me? All right, well let's just get straight into it. We got Leon Edwards versus Colby Covington. Of course, Colby Covington does not deserve this fight at all. It definitely should be Bilal. I'm definitely Muslim Muhammad. He should definitely be fighting Bilal Muhammad. Bilal Muhammad deserves it. Colby Covington does not deserve it at all. He's only getting it because he's a draw, because he's popular. He's got one win last year. He's got one win a year and a half ago against Masvidal, who retired. He's got a loss to Kamaru Usman 2 years ago. He's got another win against old man Tyron Woodley 4 years ago. And then he's got another loss to Kamaru Usman. Okay. Yeah. Colby Covington, I think he's definitely going to lose this fight here. Didn't deserve it. It should definitely be Bilal Muhammad. I mean that storyline there, you know. Bilal Muhammad already fought Leon Edwards, but it got no contest because eye poke there. Leon Edwards did it dirty. Leon Edwards did it dirty, and eye poked Bilal Muhammad. So their fight got turned into no contest. When was that? When was that? When was that? 2019? That was a while ago. It's not even showing up on the... I guess it was a no contest, so it's not even showing up on the Google there. Come on, Google. Where's Bilal Muhammad? Bilal. Sorry, everybody. Just entertain yourself while I... there it is. Yeah, it was 2021, 2 years ago. 2.5 years ago. Accidental eye poke. I mean, that's the story, right? It's the rematch. The rematch versus Bilal Muhammad. You know, the fight that we should have had 2.5 years ago, but we didn't get it because of eye poke, and it never got rescheduled. That should be the fight. Colby Covington is the only reason he's getting it is because he's in good with Dana White. You know, he's got Dana White privilege. You know, I don't think he stands a chance. I don't think he has a chance. Maybe 5 years ago. It's like he lost twice to Kamaru Usman, and then Leon Edwards beat Kamaru Usman twice. And of course, you know, everybody says MMA doesn't match, but in this case, I think it does because Leon Edwards is basically, I don't know, almost the same fighter as. You know, he doesn't wrestle much, but he took Kamaru Usman down. He took Kamaru Usman down a couple times. He defended a lot of takedowns from Kamaru Usman. That's Colby Covington. That's his bread and butter. Is wrestling there, you know. But Leon Edwards' wrestling defense is very good. You know, he was able to stop the takedowns from Kamaru Usman, and he was also able to take him down. So Leon Edwards might even be a better wrestler. He's definitely a better striker. You know, of course, Colby Covington has that fast-paced, kind of Max Holloway style. You know, where he just high volume cardio, try to out-cardio, pressure, high volume. But Leon Edwards is a very good counter-striker. And Leon Edwards is fucking huge, too. He's got to cut way more weight than Colby Covington there. So I think Colby's going to try to wrestle, try to get him in there. And Leon Edwards is just going to just counter-strike him. You know, Leon Edwards, he fights very smart as well, you know. He's not a dum-dum. He's got a good fight IQ, you know. I remember that fight with against Nate Diaz. You know, he was taking that fight very seriously. Even though Nate Diaz was at the tail end of his career, Nate Diaz isn't really known for his power. It's like Leon Edwards didn't want to get hit at all in that fight. You know, so he did get hit eventually in that 5th round, which almost knocked him out. But he was very smart in that fight. So I don't think he's not going to be dumb. He can do everything Colby Covington can do, but better. So I think the only advantage Colby Covington has is cardio. So maybe he could try to out cardio him, try to make him tired, make him lose in the later rounds there. I think that's his only path of victory. But the problem is he's 35 years old, and Leon Edwards is 32 years old. And when we're talking about little tiny little tiny differences, little tiny advantages. The 3 years difference there. It's definitely going to favor Leon Edwards. So I don't see how Colby has a path to victory here. I don't see how he can possibly win. So I'm definitely, and the odds are actually quite close there. The odds are quite close. Colby Covington is plus 130. Plus 140. Leon Edwards minus 150, 160. I feel like this should definitely be plus 200, minus 200, at least. Probably it should be plus 250, minus 250, at least. Considering Leon Edwards is in his prime there. Still in his prime. Colby Covington's out of his prime. And Leon Edwards is definitely a better striker. Maybe even better wrestler. Got way more power. So, sorry, Colby. You don't have a chance there, dude. Of course, we're at Alexandre Pantoja versus Brendan Royval. This is going to be a good fight, too. Of course, these guys also already fought. Alexandre Pantoja. He submitted Brendan Royval. But one thing about this fight there is that last fight Pantoja took where he won the championship there against Assassin Baby. Man, that was a war. Both those guys. That was a war, dude. They both took a lot of damage. That was a 5-round war. They both back and forth. It was a back and forth war there. So I don't know. I mean, fights like that change dudes. I feel like Pantoja should definitely win this one, but you don't know how much his brain and body changed after that war he had with Assassin Baby there. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully he should win, unless Father Time did a number on his head there with CTE. See, what are the odds here? Yeah, plus 160, minus 190. I feel like that's accurate there. Pantoja is probably a better fighter, but I don't know. The only question in my mind is like what kind of damage he took in that last fight there. CTE is real, kids. It messes up your timing. When you get concussions, your reaction time's not as good anymore. CTE is real, kids. Then of course we got my boy Stephen Wonder Boy Thompson versus Shavkat Rakhmonov. Yeah, I love Wonder Boy. He's my boy. But he's 40 years old, same age as me. And, I retired from fighting 20 years ago. Actually, 35 years ago. Actually, no, 32 years ago. My last fight was in 4th grade during the crazy hair day. And me and this dude, Justin, we got in a fight about something. I can't remember exactly. We were playing basketball. I think he stole the ball from me or something. I don't know. I can't remember exactly. We started pulling each other's hair. It was crazy hair day, and I remember I just pulled his hair and threw him to the ground. And then he started crying, and I left the basketball court. He was crying in the basketball court. Nothing ever came of that. I don't think he didn't tell on me. But that was my last fight. I was in my prime, 8 years old, 32 years ago. And I figured I'd retire. I retire 1-0. Actually, I don't know if you guys know this, I also fought Ian Uncle Creeper McCall when I was 7 years old. We in a wrestling match. I guess that one would be a no contest because we were both. I guess I was a year older than him. I was 7 years old. He was 6 years old. We were wrestling around, and then he got kind of pissed because I was bigger than him. He's kind of small. And I was actually a year older than him. And 7-year-olds are much bigger than 6-year-olds, especially 6-year-olds that are smaller than normal 6-year-olds. So it was a wrestling match. So I was just kind of throwing him around. So he got very pissed off, and then he punched me in the face there, which was against the rules. And then my 2 front teeth fell out, and then all the other kids around us were like, "Oh shit!" and they all ran home. Everybody ran home, and so I guess that would be called no contest. So I guess my fight record is a 1-0-1-1. But I've retired from fighting. I just do my fighting now in online forums, just online comments. That's how I do my fighting now on the Twitter. I just do all my fighting on the Twitter because I'm safe and I can insult people without fear of retribution. That's how I do my fights now. Anyway, Stephen Thompson, he's the same age as me. And he's fighting basically the fucking biggest killer. Oh, God. Why did you take this fight? He wants this fight because he wants that belt. He's coming for that belt. I've been hanging out with Chris Weidman. We're both delusional. We both think we can come for that belt there. But, Stephen Thompson only won that fight against Kevin Holland because Kevin Holland agreed not to wrestle, which was very dumb. And I don't think Shavkat is kind of dumb, but I don't think he's that dumb. I think that's one thing that's interesting about this fight is, Shafkat's, everyone criticizes his head movement, like he gets hit a lot, He's not very good at his defensive, striking defense is not very good. His boxing defense is not very good. He gets hit a lot, as shown in that Jeff Neal fight. Jeff Neal landed some blows there, but Shafkat, he's got that, He's a little Kazakhstan boy. He's got the goat head DNA from Kazakhstan. He never says die. And I think Shafkat has finished all of his fights in the UFC, and he's 17-0. And I don't like this fight for Stephen Ty. He's gonna get killed. Oh God, he's gonna be killed. Why are you taking this fight, Wonder Boy? You're my boy. I don't want to watch you die. You're my boy. Can't watch my boy die. But of course, I'm also a big Shafkat fan. I mean, I could see Stephen Thompson piecing him up in the striking there, because Shafkat's head movements, his defensive striking is not very good. Stephen Thompson's probably the best striker in the division, but even though he's an old man, I mean, maybe if he had the reaction time he had like 5-6 years ago, this would be a much better. This fight makes sense. If Shafkat was 29 and Stephen Thompson was like 32, I would say Stephen Thompson would win, but Stephen Thompson is 40 years old there. So. And I feel like Shafkat, if he is getting it pieced up, he's just going to wrestle and submit Stephen Thompson there. So, yeah, these odds are very... Stephen Thompson's plus 475. Shafkat's minus 650. I feel like that's fair. Those are fair odds. Shafkat should definitely win that fight. And of course, we've got Tony Ferguson. Old man Tony Ferguson, who's on a 6-fight losing streak. He's also 39. Yeah, maybe he's 39 years old versus Paddy Pimblett. I got a mop on my head. Paddy, I got a mop on my head. Pimblett. Of course, his last fight against Jared Gordon, was it? Everybody thought he lost, but the judges gave it to him. Yeah, against Jared Gordon. Me too, as well. I thought he lost, but the judges gave it to him because they were taking bribes from Dana White. He's like, all right, we're trying to push this guy. He's got that accent where instead of K, he goes, loch. Instead of lock, he says loch. Because he's got that accent from the UK there that I don't know, some other people have, I forget where it's called. Is that the same accent that the Beatles had there? From where's he from? He's from Liverpool. That's what it is. Liverpool accent. He's got that strong Liverpool accent there. He is a goofy looking dude. He's got a goofy little. He's likable. He's a likable guy. He does these cute little dances after he wins, but he's just not very good at all, actually. Of course, in that fight with Jared Gordon, he turns out he broke his ankle in the first round there, and that's kind of why he says he didn't perform very well. But I don't think he's very good to begin with. He's not. So definitely, Tony Ferguson would definitely destroy him if he was 10 years younger. If Tony Ferguson was the same age as Paddy Pimblett, he would just get totally destroyed there. But of course, Tony Ferguson's an old man now. Tony Ferguson just looked god awful in his last fight. He looked so slow. His last fight against Bobby Green, he looked like he was underwater, man. Oh my God, he looked terrible. I mean, he looked decent versus Michael Chandler, but then Michael Chandler, front kicked him in the face and knocked him out. That probably gave him a CTE there. Then Nate Diaz submitted him, so even his ground game's not as good as Nate Diaz there, And then of course Bobby Green knocked him, submitted him too. He got submitted by Bobby Green. Oh God. So I definitely see Paddy Pimblett will definitely be able to submit him. Paddy Pimblett's jiu-jitsu. That's what the only thing he can do really is his jiu-jitsu. His striking is just god awful. So I wonder if Tony Ferguson will be able to out cardio. That's another thing, cardio too. Tony Ferguson probably still has better cardio, but I don't know, man. Tony Ferguson, you're just too old, dude. You're so old, and you look so slow in your last fight there. I don't think you got anything left, man. I feel like this fight should be a toss-up just because of how bad Paddy Pimblett is, and how old. Let's see, what's Tony Ferguson's plus 225. Paddy Pimblett's almost minus 300. I feel like it could be a little closer. It might be a little closer there. Tony Ferguson might have one fight left in. I got one fight left in me. I'm 0-6. I'm on a 6-fight losing streak. If I lose this fight, I'll officially be on the longest. I think he will officially be on the longest losing streak in the UFC, 0-7. Because they usually cut you after 3. If you lose 3, you get cut. But Tony Ferguson, he's a famous boy, so he's allowed to lose 6 in a row. Yeah, we'll see. That should be a good. Actually, I think that should be a good fight. That should be a good fight. Old man, who do I root for? I think I'm gonna root for Paddy Pimblett. I like his voice better. Tony Ferguson's kind of a little whiny little bitch sometimes, But then, of course, we've got Vincent Luque versus Ian Garry. This should be a good fight, too. Ian Garry, everybody hates him because he's a cuck or something. He married a 40-year-old woman and then took her name. And then, I don't know, is that even his kid? Or is he taking care of the other kid? I don't know. And her ex-husband lives with them or something? I don't know. He's a cuck, dude. I don't know, maybe he's into that, you know? Maybe he likes watching her get fucked by her ex-husband. I don't know. You know, whatever your sexual preference, you know, whatever floats your boat, dude. You know, whatever you got to do, you know? I mean, I'm more of a traditionalist, you know? I just like, you know, big titty blonde girls, but I guess, you know, whatever. Whatever you want to do. If you like old women, that's fine, dude. You know, some people like fat women, some people like old women, like Hugh Jackman, except he's probably gay. And I don't know if Ian Garry's gay, but anyway, of course, Ian Garry, I don't know if you've seen his last fight with Neil Magny. He just totally destroyed Neil Magny there. Oh, God, he destroyed Neil Magny's leg there. And that was very smart fighting there from Ian Garry there, you know. As I always say, leg kicks win fights. And he's very smart there, you know. He's very good. He's very good. He's very smart in the cage, even though his personality is not very likable. You know, you can't deny his martial arts skills and his fight IQ as well. Very smart. And Vincent Luque, he's definitely got the natural gifts there, but his fight IQ is pretty terrible. He makes really dumb decisions. Like when he was fighting Bilal Muhammad and Jeff Neal, those two losses. You know, of course, those two losses don't look too bad because Jeff Neal kind of had a resurgence there, and Bilal Muhammad, you know, should be fighting for the belt. So those two losses don't look so bad in retrospect. But his last win was against old man RDA. Old man RDA. RDA is, how old is he now? He's 39. Yeah, so his last win was against RDA, and he didn't look that great. I mean, he won the fight, but he didn't look that good. Luque used to be my boy, but then I lost 2 bets on you. So I feel like Ian Garry should win this one. Ian Garry should definitely win. It should be a good fight, though. Because Ian Garry's still kind of a young boy. He's only 26 years old. Vincent Luque's got the experience, and he's still in his prime. You know, he's 32 years old. He's at the end of his prime there, so. He's got a slight reach advantage, but I don't know. I feel like Ian Garry is just a better martial artist and probably has much better fight IQ. Probably do a lot of leg kicks again. It's okay. Let's look at the prelims. We've got Josh Emmett versus Bryce Mitchell. This is also an interesting fight there. Of course, Josh Emmett's old man, 38 years old, versus Bryce Mitchell, 29 years old. Because Bryce Mitchell, he loves Jesus. He thinks the earth is flat. He thinks a lot of silly things, you know. But he's a silly boy, you know. That's why he's a fighter and not a scientist. Of course, Bryce Mitchell's striking is not very good. Josh Emmett's probably the most powerful striker in featherweight. You know, he's got that old man strength. He's got that old man dad strength. So I could see him definitely knocking out Bryce Mitchell. But Bryce Mitchell's wrestling and jiu-jitsu is quite good. So I feel like if he fights smart, he's not going to try to stand and strike, and he'll definitely just try to take it to the ground. Submit Josh Emmett. I could see that. I could see both things. I could see Emmett knocking him out, and I could see Bryce Mitchell submitting Emmett. I don't know. You never know. It's like these dumb guys are going to fight smart. It's like, you know, it's like how smart can you fight if you literally think the earth is flat? I don't know. Does he really think the earth is flat, or is he just trying to get follows? You know, is he just trying to be controversial to get followed? I don't know. You never know with these guys. You never know. Bryce Mitchell should definitely win this. What are the odds? Yeah, minus 235. Yeah, plus 200. Yeah, he should probably win that one. Because we got Cody Garbrandt. Cody Garbrandt's still fighting, even though he's got no chin. He's fighting an old man, 37 years old in the bantamweight division. He should definitely win this one. But the problem is Cody Garbrandt has got no chin, and he often sees red, just swangs and bangs. He's got negative fight IQ sometimes. So hopefully he fights smart there. He can win this one. He's 32 years old. He could still make a run for the belt there, but probably not. I don't know. He's probably not going to win against guys like Sean O'Malley and you know, everyone else in the division. Is there anything else here? Yeah, early prelims. We've got Alonzo Menifield, decent. Dustin Jacoby. Jacoby is the favorite here. I think maybe that's the... Yeah, Alonzo Menifield is plus 230 against Jacoby. I feel like Menifield's he's not that bad. Yeah. He's decent. I think I remember he's on a 3-fight win streak. He's on a 3-fight win streak. Let me see this guy. I always get these guys confused sometimes. Yeah, he had that. Yeah, he had that draw with Jimmy Crute, and then then a rematch. Yeah, I bet on him last time. And he's facing Dustin Jacoby. Jacoby is only on a 1-fight win streak. I don't know. I feel like he lost a round tree. I feel like Jacoby. I feel like there should be a toss up, but it looks like what are the odds here? Yeah, plus 230. Is there something I don't know? Is there maybe a stylistic matchup? Stylistically, is terrible. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to put some money on Alonzo Menifield there. I think as far as the prelims, and the early prelims, yeah, Andre Feely versus Lucas Almeida. What's the odds there on Almeida? Lucas Almeida is plus 200. I gotta look more into this. Anyway, I'm definitely gonna put some money on Leon Edwards. Definitely Leon Edwards to win. Definitely maybe do a parlay with Shavkat and some other heavy favorites. Yeah, I think I'll probably do a parlay with Ian Garry, Paddy Pimblett, Shavkat. 3-way parlay. Maybe I'll do another cute little parlay with Cody Garbrandt. I don't know. Maybe not. Anyway, those are my picks. Thanks for listening. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow.